The Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct is only 2 weeks away, my friends. That is 19 days away without weekends. And we're only a couple of weeks away from knowing the truth, from seeing the system, from the curtains being revealed and us knowing everything the system has to offer. 2 weeks away. Isn't that exciting? And so today we got some analysts trying to give their final opinions of what the Switch 2 could be priced at. We also have a potential release date based on some hints and themes that are happening around, and I'm going to tell you this right now. That price point that the analyst is trying to, throw out there is $500, and I'm going to tell you why this is ridiculous. And the potential release date for the Nintendo Switch 2 could be May 15th, and I'm going to tell you why is that also supported in the community. So that's the news. If you're just here for that, then hey, I gave you the news right in front of the video. Subscribe for that. Leave your comment down below. You are more than amazing. I thank you so much. Hello and welcome to the Mike Odyssey channel. I am so glad you're here. You've made it to your home for Nintendo news, product insights, reviews, and our fun-filled Nintopics podcast live every Friday. We're all about creating a community that shares the love of gaming, and we do it Monday through Friday every week. On a personal note, I am legally blind and slowly losing my sight due to advanced keratoconus and tooth transplant. But that does not stop me from sharing my passion in gaming with you. In fact, it's made me a stronger advocate for disabilities. My daughter, who has autism, is also a constant source of inspiration for me. I share this not to guilt you into subscribing, but to show you that despite our challenges, we can still share common passions and create a supportive and united community. Here we celebrate diversity and unity, and we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to enjoy the magic of gaming. So if you are excited about video games, interested in united gaming, or just want to be a part of a community that celebrates diversity, hit that subscribe button and join the Odyssey. Let's embark on this journey together. Thank you for your support. All right, so spring is springing here in Florida, and of course, I love spring, but spring doesn't love me, so I apologize if I sound a little stuffy. Let's go ahead and get into and start with the release date, the potential release date for the Nintendo Switch 2, which has people talking about a specific date, April 15. Now, Mike, where does this April 15 date come from? Well, and Doom, their latest game, Dark Ages, right, was announced during an Xbox presentation. It looks incredible. It looks super fun, super active, right? And so, well, Doom is launching in 2025. Now, recently, they went ahead and released their release date for Doom Dark Ages. And as you can see here, we are looking at Doom Dark Ages here on X, and it says Doom Dark Ages coming to Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PS5 on May 15, 2025. Now, there is one system missing there because they can't really put it there unless, system is announced on April. But May 15, one of the games that have been supported on Switch for a while, is launching on May 15. Now, is this enough for us to kind of say, hey, this could be the Nintendo Switch 2 release date, right? No, it's not. How about we go over and find something else? Oh, all right. Lego. The Lego Super Mario Kart set has been officially revealed. It will cost $169, and it will be released on May 15. Now, we're a little deeper now. Now we're into Nintendo territory. It's Mario Kart. It's Lego. Well, it's not directly tied to the system, but it's Mario Kart. We all assume Mario Kart will be the launch title on Switch, and so having a Lego set Mario Kart edition come out on the same day as Mario Kart on launch day for Nintendo Switch will be a big deal. A big thing, right? A big deal. You get the Switch 2, you get your Lego figure, and then you move on. Happy, right? This is the second time we've seen the May 15th date, but how about and I know this is kind of coincidental. It could be just a coincidence, right? Doom Eternal or Doom Dark Ages launching on May 15th. Now we have a Mario Kart Lego Mario Kart Edition also launching on May 15th. But is that enough to give us that kind of not so much security, but more like, hey, we could be onto something. Well, how about we bring in another date here? Yeah, how about we do this? On May 15, Nintendo will open the doors to Nintendo San Francisco, its second official store in the United States. Details on reservation requirements and early look at exclusive products will be shared as we approach the grand opening. So, again, Nintendo opening a store on May 15th, their second official store in the United States. Now, this will be their second official store in the United States. Why? Because their third official store will open the following week here at Universal Orlando City Walk. They have another store opening here in Orlando. And so, but then again, this is unrelated. But here, again, for the third time, May 15, and this is now directly again tied to Nintendo. The first one was a game that is supported on Nintendo Switch. Doom has always been supported. Nintendo and Doom, the developer, good relationship. The second was Lego announcing a Mario Kart Lego set on May 15th, right? And the third one is directly tied to Nintendo and the opening of a store May 15th. All right, so I'm here at IGN.com. They are a partner of the channel through Indie Mania. And so we are now going to go ahead and read their article on this analyst predicting that $500 price point for the Nintendo Switch, which I think is ridiculous. I'll give you my opinion right after. So the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 is one of the hottest topics within the video game industry. Analysts have told IGN that they expect Nintendo's next-gen console to launch at $400. Now, that one I agree with. And a new Bloomberg report reaffirms that price range based on Japan's focus analyst predictions. Okay, so at that point, to this point, I actually agree with what they're saying. $400 to $399 could be a good price point for the Nintendo Switch 2 at the high, right? A $400 price point would be significantly higher than the original Switch, and another analyst told Bloomberg they wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo went even higher, potentially at $499. But the analyst expects Switch 2 to enjoy a massive launch, maybe even the biggest console launch of all time. That I can agree with. Regardless of price, no, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. A $400 price point would be significantly higher than the original Switch, and another analyst told Bloomberg they wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo went even higher, potentially to $499. I disagree. But the analysts expect Nintendo Switch 2 to enjoy a massive launch, maybe even the biggest console launch of all time. I agree with that part. Regardless of price, I disagree with that part. They will sell boatloads of Switch 2s in their first months, in particular, almost regardless of the price. Tokyo analyst Sirkin Toto told Bloomberg. All right, Mr. Sirkin Toto, I want to tell you that I agree with you on the fact that this could be the greatest launch in gaming history. Nintendo has always been on the forefront of gaming and trying to push the industry forward like they did in 1985 before the game video crash industry thingy, and they brought it back to life. They're doing the same thing now. I do believe it'll be a big launch, right? It'll be one of the biggest launches ever. I disagree with the $500 price point. Why? Because first thing, let's talk logistics here. Nintendo never really releases the latest and greatest when it comes to console or the hardware and the specs, right? Because they always wait for the price point of certain materials to go down before they jump on the train. Let's say that the Nintendo Switch 2 is as powerful as the PlayStation. That's just for example, right? PlayStation is 5 years old, right? It's almost 6 years old now. And so that technology is 5 years old. That technology has also gone down in price, and now it's a perfect time for Nintendo to jump all out in at a lower price point and then be able to sell the system at a lower cost. The system, Nintendo Switch, the internals, none of it is new, right? The NVIDIA chip that we have here, I think, has been around for a couple of years now. It's a custom chip that NVIDIA is doing for Nintendo. And so everything within the system, we have an LCD screen. Of course, the LCD is IPS, which is a better, more vibrant, more cool screen. Check the PS portal for reference. And so with that, Nintendo strategically wants to make sure they keep costs low for their system, because although they do make a profit on their systems, Nintendo's all about profit. Their main focus on revenue is not the system, is software. They have sold over 1 billion, like a lot of software on the system, you know, compared to the 142 million Nintendo Switch units that are sold. Over 1 billion software have been sold on the Nintendo Switch. Their main revenue is software. Now, how can they make sure that they sell a lot of software? Well, they've been doing it. They've been selling us more than one console per household. Okay, so they've been selling us a system per household, making sure that I have a Nintendo Switch, my daughters have a Nintendo Switch, my mother has a Nintendo Switch, my wife has a Nintendo Switch. We can all play together outdoors. Multiplayer. We can come here and dock it and play together, right? The Nintendo Switch system is both a personal system and a family system, right? It's personal to me, but it's also a family system that where we can play together, but then I can also have my own and play by myself. Now, Nintendo wants to make sure that they cater to both that handheld gamer, the one that just wants the system for themselves, and the person who is buying the system for the console at home. And so to have this type of system, they make sure to keep the prices at a moderate price so that the regular folk, the you and I, remember, I know inflation prices have gone up, but the people have not been paid enough to meet inflation. We're still trying to catch up there. There's still a lot of underpaid people out there who would love to get their Nintendo Switch for their kids or for themselves, right? We still have not yet reached the point where things are normal. Inflation is still, prices too high. We're not getting paid enough. Okay, that's the reality of things. All right. And so Nintendo, knowing the market, they'll also make sure that is where it needs to be in order for them to be successful at selling multiple systems while still making a profit and capitalizing on the software that they will be selling. Not only the software, but NSO subscriptions, which is another source of revenue that Nintendo is focusing on. And we expect that to come up a little more with the Nintendo Switch Online Plus to the expansion pack with GameCube and DS and all that other stuff, right? And so this is why $499 doesn't make sense to me, or it makes sense to any other viewers that are watching right now. Although we would buy it, yes, because we're gamers, we're hardcore gamers, but the regular consumer, that is too much for the regular consumer to get right now. And they wouldn't be able to buy $1,000. $1,500 for 3 systems if we have 3 kids or 4 kids in the house. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these thoughts. Will Nintendo sell the system at $500? This is crazy. I know they won't. And of course, guess what? April 2nd is around the corner, and we here at the channel have what we call the Camp Out live stream, where we'll be streaming around the clock until the presentation happens here at the channel. I cannot wait to stream with you guys and have the blast of a lifetime. This is a once in 10-year thing, right? We don't get this a lot. So we'll be here live streaming it around the clock so that we can get that once it drops. And of course, you know, just have the time of our lives here as Nintendo fans. So thank you guys so much for watching. Before I let you go, never give up and journey on. Peace.